Hi there, this is Paul Inch from my second take of this video because I forgot to plug the microphone in last time, so it was silent. Anyway, so here we are with take two, and I've got to remember what I said. Never mind, as the old grey cells. Anyway, what can I say? I've got up to stage, finished up to stage 11, which is there. As you can see, I've completed up to stage 11, so now we're on the to start building the actual side track areas, so that's fair enough. Really happy that Switcher actually done an update on the correction sheet compared to what mine. He done a much better version of it. Really, the clarity was there. I never even noticed that bit, so there you go. And I never noticed the fact that these little glue bits don't glue. I never noticed they were the bits that were missing on the original instructions. I have now. I may have noticed them when I got to them, but there you go. So these things happen, don't they? So, right. So what can I say about the kit? I'll just go straight to the kit for the moment. I've got, as I said, I've got up to number 11. Finished that. I think it was 11. I said. Ain't it good when you do this? Yeah, 11. And what have I done? I've added a bit of extra detail because what I've done. I don't know if this is going to come out very good. There you go. I've actually cut out these areas. I don't know if you can see the daylight coming through there. I've actually done that, and the front I've actually cut the slots out, as you can see them. And the reason for that is they are actually hollow. You can actually see through them, and I know I could have painted a black inside and that would have solved the problem. I decided to go for the drill out prism. So what did I do? I used this drill here. I've got one that actually fitted the hole and drilled it either end. Drilled it at either end in the corner where the circle is, where the shape is, and then drilled all the way across to get the actual a lot of holes there. I did the same for every one of these slots. Done the same for every one of these slots. And once I've done that, then I put this down. Then I got my very sharp pointy knifey thing, and slowly trimmed it round until I got it all level and flat. And I've done the same to all of them, so they're all the same. So that there's it's not going to do it, is it? Because it's getting confused. A bit like me, I suppose. Anyway, you can say, that's better. So you can see what I mean. They're all got screws, and I cleaned them up using that knife. And that, I'm happy with that now. What I will have to do is spray the inside black at some point before I put it together, so that it's all black inside and there's no light leakage or anything anywhere if there is any. So that's that. Also, round the back, I drilled out the exhaust pipe a little bit more. Now I didn't use a pin vise. I used one of the bigger size drills I've got in. Can't even remember. So I think it was about the big one. I just find one that fits into the hole but that won't damage the extra area, and I've just trimmed it out. It gives it a little bit of a thinner look to the exhaust pipe, because once it's painted black inside, that'll look quite nice. Another thing I did was I put a brass handle on the back. I've noticed that on the plate there was a handle there because there's a hinged area where you put it up that's in the centre of this box at the back, and it's got a handle on it. So I decided to rip it off and put a brass one on, and that just gives it a little bit of extra detail, and you will see that. So it's not as if it'd be hidden. If it had been hidden, I don't think I'd have bothered. And then I put all the metal bits on. I think you can just about see the metal bits there, them dots, and obviously on the other side as well. Don't know whether you can see it. Let's see it getting focus. There they are. The metal bits are all my photo etch now is meant to be on this section is in place. So that was okay. I like Switcher's idea about putting these guns on last, I must admit, and I was tempted. The only reason I decided not to is because you have to attach from the inside, and if it had been an attachment from the outside, that would have been fantastic. Perhaps that's where the kit manufacturer could have made a slight modification to these, so you actually apply these guns from the outside, so you can actually paint it completely and then go in with the ball joint and everything from the outside. A bit like they do on some of the Dragon kits in that way, but that's the only leg. But I've painted on there, and I think I should be able to get a nice brush and be able to paint the detail of the gun in pretty straightforwardly. Hopefully, I'm going to say hopefully. Side sponsors are a different matter. I might do the Switcher's way on that, but it all depends again on how they go together when I get to that part. So that's good. But I like the idea of it because I do prefer putting my guns on later, because I always find that, unless it's the same colour as the base vehicle, then it doesn't matter. But in this particular case, I went for that because of the fact I've got to apply them from fit them from the inside and not the outside. Anyway, so that was the extra details I've done. Cut out the actual slots for the inner driver's area, and also added a handle on the back and drilled out the exhaust. That's the only real modifications I made for the kit on this section. I most probably will have to do the same for the vision slots around the machine guns on the side of the vehicle, on the sponsons, when I get to them, but I'll cross that bridge when I go to it. I will say what I've done there as well. Right, well, how did I do it? I think I explained that. There's the tools I used to do those slots, yeah. The switcher had another idea about making a diorama and for this vehicle, because it would look nice going across some trenches, and I like the idea myself as well. So I'm considering doing it. I've mentioned it in his blog, in the comments. I'm considering doing it. I most probably wouldn't make it too big, or same as him. I think I'm going to go for one with just a trench and the vehicle crossing it, or getting near the trench and have the trench towards the edge of the drama and have it approaching it. And that's what I might do. I might have my trench towards the end, so you can see a corner of the switch. And I think it's what he was on about, having a little corner bit. Anyway, but I'll draw my plans up at some point, and when we're on, and I'll put them online on YouTube just to show my version of what's going. It might be end up very similar to what Switcher's doing. So that's as far as I've got now. The next stage really is to build these little bits, and there's quite a bit of cleaning on these to do, because you've got a nasty seam that runs all the way around, and all the sprue gates all the way around the edges and all to be cleaned up. I've cleaned a lot one up completely, and I think this is the one I've cleaned up, and you can see the sprue gates there, but that doesn't matter because they're smooth, and that's the main thing. So I've got to clean all the outsides and the insides to do that. I won't be doing any modelling today. I might do a bit tonight, I don't know, I'm not sure. So I'm going to give that a miss at the moment. I'm saying I'm not going to do it, but I may do. It depends on what I feel like in the evening. So that's it for my update. Oh no, the scale bit in regards to the trench distances and all that sort of thing, between the barbed wire, the minefield, and all the no man's land as well, goes right out to no man's land. I must admit, to have a 4 feet switcher to a 4 feet board, it would take up a lot of modelling room. Unless you was building another World War I tank, you could put another one quite close to the other one, then that might be worth it. And I have got the tadpole to build, as I said to Switcher in comments, which is the same as this vehicle, but it's a male version. It's got a 6-pounder gun on it, but it's got the extended back and a mortar sitting on the back plate. God help it if anyone had to be on there firing a mortar on the move. But anyway, that's what that's got. So it would be good for a 4 foot length then if I was actually doing that vehicle, but I won't do that. I'm going to keep to a small diorama for this particular vehicle, and I think it's a good idea. It sounds interesting. Never done one before, diorama, not in a major way. Anyway, so that's the end of this short video, and thank you very much for your comments, and I'll see you next time, which won't be too long, I don't suppose. Thank you. Goodbye.